welcome to Computers for the Completely Clueless. I'm Lee Keller.
And I'm Kim Cavanaugh.
And we're at the end of the Earth today.
They are your completely clueless hosts here, and we're ready to talk more about Google Earth, Lee.
Yeah, hopefully it's the last show.
Well, not necessarily hopefully.
So much about it.
Yeah.
And it is one
I
of
know,
our
we've
favorites.
had a really good time with this program. It's got some really great things going for it. Number one, it's free. And you simply can go online and go right to Google and search for Google Earth. It's very easy to get to. And the graphics are amazing. The kinds of things you can do are amazing.
You can go someplace on vacation and never leave your home.
There's a community of users that have grown up and that has grown up around this program that has added so much to it that it's much more than just what you download. It's actually all these people around the world adding to the program themselves.
And with everything in there, Google keeps adding more cool stuff all the time.
And in the current version, you can now fly underwater. Or, as we'll see today, you can go to other planets.
Yeah, so much you can do.
Really, really cool. So we'll put up our list of objectives for today's show.
Let's see what we're doing.
Talk a little bit about what we want to cover today. Now, we've talked, again, about a number of things in the past, and we'll review some of those with you as we go along, the kind of the interface.
Talk a little bit more about layers.
Right, and remember, layers are kind of, we've said, they're sort of like an overlay that you can put over this model of the Earth, and you can add things or hide them or show them based on how you select them.
We'll look at some more of the features.
Right, and we're going to talk about the community. One of the really nice things is even easier than before to get to these new features that can be added.
So many things you can share with it.
Right.
We're also going to be showing how to launch the community thing. They've added a new button. It's really nice.
Yep.
Show you how to import some of those and actually how to look at some tours that are pre-made for you.
Really pretty cool.
And then we're going to go to the flight
I'm
simulator.
a little afraid of this one, Lee, because I'm afraid we're going to be unleashing a huge number of men out there in our audience that are going to be nothing but flying around in Google Earth now.
Well, I'll do the demonstration, and you'll see why I'm not a pilot.
Thank goodness.
And we'll go to our viewer question. We're not going fishing anymore, but
we are going to talk about security a little bit. Got a great question from Jennifer in Boynton Beach. So, with that all said, are we ready to look at Google Earth?
Yeah, let's go to Google Earth here. We'll get out
all right,
of this
let's take a quick, as Lee's loading that up, we'll take a quick look, a quick review again of the major components of Google Earth. Like most computer applications, there's a menu bar across the top.
Yeah.
It almost always starts with File on the far left and Help on the far right. So we see that up at the top here. And this is where you're going to find things like how to change your view, different tools that are available, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, something there that most people wouldn't consider as something you can do on Google Earth, but you can actually email these locations, place marks.
Yeah, pretty
images.
Cool. So if you're in a really, if you found something, maybe you're going to go on a trip with members of your family, and you want to take a picture of the place that you're going to be going to, you can do it right from within the File menu. So these are all, lots of cool things across there. But really, the heart of the program is contained basically in just, well, I guess we would say 4 different areas. We have the panels on the left-hand side, and we've talked about those. You have a search panel, a places panel, and a layers panel. And then, of course, in the middle, we have the Earth, the representation of the Earth. That's the biggest one. I think the Earth's a little crooked there. But that's all right. We can readjust it and change it. Across the top of the Earth, we have a series of buttons that allow you to do different things like
Find
turn
some
on
new things
sunlight.
Here too.
Yeah, there are some new things.
There's a shortcut to doing the email. Same
Right.
thing that we saw over there under File.
And then over on the right, you have the controls for viewing. So if you want to change the orientation of the Earth, you can use the top control and just basically switch switch around what direction it's pointing at the top of the screen.
What I always like about these is the way that they disappear when you move the mouse over them. And as soon as you come over top, everything's back
and
for
they
you.
light up. And this one lets you get in closer or further away, left and right. And then down at the bottom again, you have a zoom control. Now the final one, those are the visuals, but remember that your mouse plays a big part in this as well. You have a scroll wheel. Most mice these days have a scroll wheel. And you can scroll in, and zoom out using the scroll wheel on your mouse. And the other thing you can do is use of course, the left mouse button is going to do some things, and the right mouse button is going to do others.
Never noticed those before.
Lee,
look at
my
those scuba
goodness,
flags.
Look at all this stuff popping up here. Now, where does this come from?
These are the layers that we were talking about before.
So here is a website called wannadive.net, and they've added photographs of places where people might want to go diving.
Yeah, you see all these divers' flags. These
right,
are
and of course
sites.
we're here in Florida, so that's...
here we've got an anchor.
All right, National Oceanographic and Atmosphere, NOAA. All right, so this is, again, all a function of our layers over on the left-hand side.
Let me close a few of these things around. This is another nice thing that you can twirl these little triangles down and make more space. So we see more of the layers because there are so many sub-layers. Like
exactly.
All of this is under ocean.
Right, so that's what's happened here is when, we didn't have these on last week, but if you turn off that, or just basically you uncheck or check a layer when you want it to appear, if you turn that on or off, then all those different features that are associated with the ocean appear. Now
the street view is something that lets us go in and literally see what the street looks like at that exact location.
Right, so here's a street view of Naples, Florida. We'll just go to Key West. See what's happening on
the funny thing is that as we zoom in,
more of those little cameras appear.
Yeah.
Because, it makes sense. You kind of get a big view. So let's jump into Street View here and see how easy, again. I really love the interface here because it puts you in a little bubble.
It really does. It does a great job. And you know what? Street View is something that's also available on Google Maps in a two-dimensional world.
Right.
And it goes three-dimensional like this. You see this line of cameras if we skip down there.
I know exactly where that is.
Yeah, I've been here too.
That's the little marinas over there on the right. There's the naval base. So you can just kind of find your way around. Now, if you're down at this level, you could go ahead and do a search here, and maybe you want to put in Duval Street, jump over to Duval Street, and I'm certain that there is going to be a street view of Duval Street as well. So you can zip around, and again, it's not live. I mean, this isn't a live image. These are taken from a van that drives around.
You always get that question, though, don't you?
Yeah, we do. And
we want to exit the photo, the upper right.
Upper right. Very intuitive, very easy to understand. And you can just move around in Street View any way you want.
Yeah, I clicked too many times, I think.
Okay, so out we go. Now, if you zoom out a little bit.
See right where all those bubbles are.
All of them are. You see right where we were. That's right. We just passed the marina. And if we were to go down to the right a little bit, we could find Duval Street and see all the great tourist destinations in Key West. So that's an indication of a layer. And in order to get to layers again, or get to Street View, you simply go into the Layers panel and check it, turn it on. And this is what I find, is that there are so many options in there, Lee, that it kind of obscures the map sometimes.
If you actually got in and did an option a day, you'd probably spend the better part of a year just playing with the different layers that you can find.
Right. Now, I am a former geography teacher. That's how I got my start in education. So I've always really enjoyed the geographic web part. And we've only got a minute or so to go, but I want to take a quick look at some of those options, especially when you expand the places options. There's some really cool ones in there. So let's, if you don't mind, we'll indulge my inner geographer when we come back and take a quick look at some of those places as we continue our look at Google Earth.